In a quiet village tucked between rolling hills and whispering fields, a young boy arrived to spend his summer with his grandfather, a man known not for riches or fame, but for wisdom that flowed as gently as the river behind his house. The boy adored his grandfather. They would spend hours walking barefoot on muddy paths, skipping stones, or simply lying on the grass staring at the clouds, naming their shapes. But one evening, as the sun began to sink behind the trees, the boy sat beside his grandfather and asked with wide, hopeful eyes, "Grandpa," the boy said, "when I grow up, I want to be successful. Can you tell me how to become one?" The old man looked at the boy for a long moment. Then, without a word, he stood up, took the boy's hand, and led him to the nearby village nursery. They returned home with 2 saplings. One he planted carefully in a pot and placed it inside by the window. The other he planted outside in the yard, under the open sky. Then he turned to the boy and asked gently, "Which one do you think will grow better?" The boy thought for a while, then answered, "The one inside, of course. It's safe. No storms, no strong sun, no wild animals." The grandfather smiled, a knowing smile. "We'll see," he said. They returned home with 2 saplings. One he planted carefully in a pot and placed it inside by the window. The other he planted outside in the yard, under the open sky. Then he turned to the boy and asked gently, "Which one do you think will grow better?" The boy thought for a while, then answered, "The one inside, of course. It's safe. No storms, no strong sun, no wild animals." The grandfather smiled, a knowing smile. "We'll see," he said. 4 years later, the boy returned, taller now and more thoughtful. The village felt smaller, but the memories still clung to the breeze. He ran into his grandfather's arms and laughed like he used to. That evening, he remembered. "Grandpa," he said, "last time I asked you how to become successful, you never gave me an answer." The old man smiled again. "Oh, but I did," he said. "Come, let me show you." He took the boy to the corner of the living room. The plant they had once placed in the pot was still there, green, delicate, but small and constrained. Its roots had nowhere to go. Its branches never stretched. Then the grandfather led the boy outside, and there, in the yard, stood a towering tree, strong, bold, its branches spread wide, dancing with the wind. Its roots had dug deep into the earth. Beneath its shade, birds sang, and a traveler rested. "Now," said the grandfather, "tell me, which plant grew more?" The boy stared in awe. "The one outside," he whispered. "But how? It had to fight so many things. The sun, the wind, the storms." The grandfather nodded. "Yes, and because it faced them, it grew. The wind taught it to bend, the storms forced it to dig deeper, the sunlight made it reach higher. The plant inside was safe, but it never learned to fight. It never had to stretch, never had to struggle, and so it remained small." Then the grandfather said something the boy would never forget. "In life, comfort may keep you safe, but it won't help you grow. True success doesn't come from avoiding the storm. It comes from learning how to stand through it." He placed a hand on the boy's shoulder. "Don't run from challenges. Welcome them. Don't fear failure. Learn from it. Every problem is not a wall blocking your way. It's a step on your path. You want to grow? Then go outside, get hurt, get up, try again. That's how the roots grow deep." And in that moment, the boy understood. Success wasn't about staying safe. It was about being brave enough to grow. Life, he realized, was just like a great adventure, and the real joy was never in avoiding the hard parts, but in overcoming them. So the next time life feels hard, remember this story and ask yourself, are you growing through it or hiding from it? Because the strongest trees are always the ones that face the storm.